This is Michael Gerace with Clearview Sewer Cams. It is October 19th, 2020, 10/19/2020. We are performing a video sewer inspection and a waistline inspection through a 3.5-inch waistline cleanout on the right-hand side of the house. It's an ABS waistline cleanout, and this is the side of the house going toward the backyard. And that's the side of the house going toward the front yard. And we are at 11881 Bray Street, Los Angeles, California, 90230. We're going to zero out our camera monitor right at the cleanout opening so we get a good accurate reading. And we're going to insert our camera and begin running through our waistline. We have an ABS plastic waistline. Making a turn and another turn. And we're going to start heading out toward the front of the house. We're making it drop down right here. Looks like we're transitioning right here to cast iron. Transitioning to cast iron, running through our cast iron line. I'm going to pause in just a moment. We're going to try and locate this area. I'm going to pause for just a moment. Okay, it looks like this line loops around and comes back out. We've gone in 29 feet, loop back around, and now we're coming back out on the right hand side of the house. So we're coming back out on the right hand side of the house. We're going to continue to push out. We should push out and make another turn. Yep, now we're into vitreous clay. This is our vitreous clay, cast iron to vitreous clay joint. We're going to locate this area real quick.
Rigid.
Pull back just a little bit. Okay, we've marked the area just outside the house. Transition from cast iron pipe and fittings to vitreous clay pipe and fittings at 4 foot 9 inches deep with a red crayon. And now we're going to push in. Transition to appears to be PBS plastic, and we've got a pretty large offset right here. Try and locate this area as well. Okay, we've marked this area right by the beige retaining wall on the right hand side of the house. We marked it with a piece of red crayon. We're going to continue to push out. And then we transition back to vitreous clay, and we have another large offset right here. We're going to pause and just mark this area. Okay, we marked this area at approximately 3 foot 10 inches deep, and we marked it with another piece of red crayon. And it is about 4 or 5 inches away from a green paint mark that somebody put on the ground. We're going to begin pushing through. It's coming toward the front of the house. Now we turn. Now we're coming toward the front of the house. And we've got to get up over this offset. Okay, we're up and over the offset. Now we're pushing out towards the front of the house. Got another bit of an offset right here. Not terrible. Don't see any breaks in the vitreous clay. That joint appears to be in fair and maintainable condition. kind of hard to push out. We may have a crack in the piping. Looks like from about the 6 o'clock area going up toward the 12 o'clock area on the right hand side. We had a little bit of root intrusion on the left hand side. We'll blow that up on our laptop back at the office, take a better look at it. A little bit of an offset, not terrible right here. Going out toward the front gate on the right hand side. Oh, beautiful. Thank you.
I got you, buddy.
We're going to continue to push out. A little bit of an offset. You can see a lot more of the face of the pipe on the left hand side from about the 12 o'clock area to about the 6 o'clock area than you can on the right. It's shifted. But again, no major breaks that we can see. That joint appears to be in fair and maintainable condition. We appear to have a large crack in the vitreous clay right here from about the 3 o'clock area going up toward the, it may be going all the way around, it appears. Kind of hard to see it. When we blow it up it'll be a little bit easier, but looks like that crack in the vitreous clay is going all the way around. We're going to pause and mark this area real quick. Okay, we marked this area at approximately 4 foot deep, right outside the small walking gate on the right hand side of the house. And it's right next to the small brick planter area. There's a small retaining wall with a brick cap on it And the orange flag is just outside the walk-in gate right next to that small brick retaining wall. We're going to continue to run out. That joint appears to be in fair and maintainable condition. That joint appears to be in fair and maintainable condition. That joint appears to be in fair and maintainable condition as well. And that joint appears to be in fair and maintainable condition from what we can see. We're having to run out pretty fast and pretty hard. Kind of tough to get out. Right now we're out almost 80 feet, having to go through numerous turns, go under the house, come back, swing around, come out of the house, make another turn, and now we're headed out towards the street. We're going to try and keep pushing out. We may need to run some water to help us push all the way out. We're going to try right now to keep pushing out. Still have quite a ways to go. That joint appears to be in fair and maintainable condition at this time. And that joint appears to be in fair and maintainable condition. I'm going to pause for a moment, try and run some water to help us push all the way out to the city sewer, and then we'll view the line on the way back. Very difficult trying to go through this waistline clean out. So I'm going to pause for a moment. Okay, we got water running now. We're just going to try and push all the way out. And a major root intrusion right here at 89 feet. Got past it. We're going to continue just to try and push all the way out to the city sewer. And then we'll view the line on the way back. Pause for a moment. Okay, we're at about 5 foot 1 inches deep, and we're about 4 feet out into the street. Got about another 20 feet or so to go before we hit the city sewer. We're just going to continue to push out as hard as we can to try and reach the city sewer. And looks like we're making a turn. We'll drop into the city sewer right there. We're going to see if we can make that turn. Can't get around that fitting at 120 feet out. We're going to try again. We're hitting the face of that offset, and we're just before the city sewer tie-in connection. I'm going to pause our mic. We're going to continue to try and push out a little bit. We'll try again. Okay, we got some gentlemen running some water for us, and try and see if it'll help us to get up and over this offset may be very difficult because we're in a turn. We're right at the city sewer saddle, and that is a saddle. Doesn't really want to go over that hump. Big offset. Try one more time. Not going to go over that offset. That is at the city sewer saddle connection. We're going to stop and locate this area. Okay, we're at 5 foot 9 inches deep out the street, and we've marked this area right at the city sewer tie-in connection at the saddle area, and we have an extremely large offset right here that we can't pass. As you can see, we're hitting the face of the pipe right there. Very, very large offset. See the whole face of the pipe going up toward the top, and then you can barely see anything down at the bottom. So that saddle has shifted, or the piping shifted attached to the saddle. So we're going to begin to pull back, and that saddle's really shifted quite a bit. And we're in the turn, so we're hitting the face of that pipe as we go up into the turn. That saddle does not appear to be shifted too much to where a CIPP cured in place piping top hat liner, a top hat liner, can be installed. So we're going to begin pulling back now, and we still have some more water, so we're going to wait for a moment. We're going to wait for just a moment for the water to subside, and then we'll continue to inspect the sewer line on the way back. Okay, we're going to begin pulling back slowly. We've got all the water shut off in the house, and we are at the saddle connection at approximately 5 foot 9 inches deep out in the middle of the street, which we've marked with orange paint. And we're going to begin pulling back now slowly. We have a little bit of a belly there. We're holding back some water right before we hit the saddle area. See how far back this goes. As you can see, the water's not draining, it's just churning. It's only about 5 feet or so. We still have a little bit of a belly, but right there it's draining. So more than likely that will not cause a major issue. Continue to pull back now. We can see all the joints. That joint appears to be in fair and maintainable condition. This is 6-inch vitreous clay. That joint appears to be in fair and maintainable condition. That joint appears to be in fair and maintainable condition. That joint appears to be in fair and maintainable condition at this time. That joint appears to be in fair and maintainable condition at this time as well. That joint appears to be in fair and maintainable condition. We have approximately 4-foot sections of vitreous clay. Now we have a pretty large root intrusion here. We're going to pause and we're going to locate this area. We're going to try and locate this area and mark this area out. Pause for a moment. Okay, we've located this area at approximately 5 foot 1 inches deep, and it is approximately 1 foot in from the sidewalk area on the property. Coming back toward the gate. Pretty large roots. Right there you can see some of the stem roots coming out of it. And just an offset, pretty good size offset right there. Pretty good offset right behind it. Now I believe we're coming back into the 4-inch vitreous clay. That's our 4 to 6 inch connection right at the property line. That joint appears to be in fair and maintainable condition. That joint appears to be in fair and maintainable condition. That joint appears to be in fair and maintainable condition at this time. That joint's got a little crack in the face of it, but nothing serious. Pulling back toward the small walk-in gate on the right-hand side of the house. And that joint has a minor offset, but still in fair and maintainable condition at this time. That joint appears to be in fair and maintainable condition at this time. And then we have a crack where we did locate this area. We can see the bottom of it now where it's cracked going all the way around. And we marked that area with an orange flag just outside the gate, and we're going to continue to pull back. That joint appears to be in fair and maintainable condition at this time. That joint appears to be in fair and maintainable condition. That joint appears to be in fair and maintainable condition at this time.
I'm not the installer, so he might figure out a way to do it. I'm just going to say we're on the condensation drain line. Let him figure it out.
That joint has some minor root intrusion and appears may have a crack just inside from what we can see, and we'll blow that up on the laptop at the office. Take a better look. A little bit of an offset, some minor root intrusion. That joint appears to be in fair and maintainable condition. That joint has a little bit of root intrusion at the top. A little crack in the face of the pipe, a little offset, it's holding back a little bit of water. Not terrible. That joint's got a large offset. So it's holding back water right there. And that's before our turn. That's transitioning to a small section of ABS plastic, making a turn. Got a large offset right there in the vitreous clay to ABS plastic. Turning, coming back toward the house. Now transitioning back to cast iron. Cast iron has some corrosion and buildup debris going back up underneath the house now. Coming back, making a turn, coming back toward our mainline sewer cleanout now. Or excuse me, this is the waistline cleanout on the side of the house. We're coming up and we're pulling out of our ABS plastic waistline cleanout. And that will conclude our waistline and sewer line inspection through the 3.5 inch ABS plastic waistline cleanout. That concludes our video sewer inspection.